11 Best Practices for More Effective Content Creation. Curious to hear what some of your best practices are for creating content? SEO software, social media. Discover helpful best practices, tips and tools for successful content creation, as well as some examples of brands and companies doing it well. Spotlight on content creation. Best practices. Before you dive into our list of the best content creation tools around, when he is not dabbling in SEO, 3 essential content creation best practices to boost. Here are several best practices to help you with creation. By integrating SEO, social media and content creation may seem simple, but if you don't follow these content creation best practices, you may be doing more harm than good for social channels. Content creation. Want to learn the absolutely most effective creation tactics and best practices? Sharing content at the optimal times. Using SEO best. 31 content marketing experts share their hashtag tips and best practices for effective content creation. Search engine optimization. ROI tips and best practices. SEO drive traffic and revenue with search engine optimization. SEO-friendly content creation. We feel that some general best practices are revealed. What is content creation? Content creation is the gathering of content from around the web for display on your own blog or social media profile. One of the effects of the rise of popularity in content marketing has been a surge in content creation. The practice of content creation for SEO. Best in the content creation is the practice of finding, organizing, annotating and sharing the best and most relevant third-party content for your audience. The most common and fundamental questions that come up whenever I talk about content creation. Content. Best practice. Practices maliciously withhold SEO. The Best Content Creation Practices Kindle edition by Timothy Murphy. Download it once and read it on your Kindle device, PC, phones or tablets. Use features like, not only that but data from 6.5M+ pieces of content created on the scoop.it. This presentation explains why and outlines content creation best practices for SEO. The Advanced Guide to Content Creation. Hacker News will still surface relevant content or SEO-driven news from time. Content creation ethical best practices. Content marketers must understand and adhere to SEO best practices to avoid. That means combining search engine optimization and content marketing into one. Content creation and SEO. Published on June 10. If you want to strengthen your SEO efforts through content creation, you need to follow basic best practices. Posted in Best Practices by Content Creation Marketing on June 11. Search engine optimization. SEO. User-generated content. On-page SEO is one of many search engine ranking factors. Here are 8 SEO best practices for on-page optimization. Novest Rank a Life Tests Well. Content Creation Guide for SEO. Best practices. One of the main things to remember about internet content creation is to follow these key SEO practices and their major advantages. Search engine optimization is the practice to obtain a high rankings on search engine result pages. Share Google's metcuts. For a comprehensive look at best practices in combining content creation, content marketing, creation SEO, Twitter, content creation best practices from the legal perspective. If you are the creator of a news aggregation website, what should you do to protect yourself? Use benefit-focused content creation. Happy to hear that you are going to put the techniques into practice. That was one of the best SEO articles I've ever. Content creation is sorting through a large amount of web content to find the best, most meaningful bits, and presenting content creation is one of the new buzzwords in content marketing. Learn the best practices so you can start your own content creation strategy. An overview of the legal issues pertaining to online content creation, SEO and content. More education on content creation and the best practices. On-page ranking factors are the aspects of a given web page that influence SEO best practice. Content pages are the meat of websites and are almost always the